Good afternoon, CDF News listeners. This is Chris with you. So, tonight we're going to cover 6 different topics with what's going on in the world today. But first, I would like to give an update on something that I reported on a couple days back. I did an AI video on it actually. Um, so at the time, I had reported that Donald Trump had called Putin and had said to not to escalate the war anymore. Well, the Midas Touch Network, from what I've heard today, has discovered, and then there's other sources that you can find it on too if you look into it. But if you want to deep dive into it, definitely check out Midas Touch Network. Ben covers it pretty good. But anyways, just to touch base and correct that one. Uh, According to Midas Touch Network, Donald Trump himself had leaked that out to the Post, the Washington Post, and what I found other places, and Ben did a really good job covering. But anyways, Kremlin and Russian state TV says that's false. One of Putin's top officials came out and said it was false. He also made some claims that Trump needs to pay up, and he's a good guy and will pay up. He owes a debt basically to Russia. I guess he was insinuating that Trump used Russia to win the election. So I'm not going to put any more thought into that. That's just what Midas Touch Network and other networks are covering right now. So I figured I'd correct that. They also, on Russian state TV, was mocking Melania Trump by showing old nudes of her and laughing and whatnot. So that's my update on that one. For tonight's news, first we're going to talk about U.S. politics and the new administration. I'm sure most of you have already heard if you listen in other places on the podcast, Spotify, YouTube, regular TV. You probably already know quite a bit. But in the U.S., President Trump has appointed several high-profile figures to his cabinet, including some controversial choices. The administration is drawing global attention for his unprecedented picks, including conservative commentators and defense roles and strict legal reforms that are reshaping the nation's policies across areas like immigration and criminal justice. Um, One of the people that I know he picked was Matt Gaetz. Uh, he's a representative of Florida. He got appointed to Attorney General. Uh, I don't know. Seems like kind of a conflict of interest to me, but I'm not gonna go too deep into it. But I don't know. Most of you guys know this or not, but you can find it easily. But Matt Gaetz has been accused of sex trafficking minors and drug partying with minors, and his best friend, I guess it was, he's already took a plea deal, and there was the reason why Kevin McCarthy was voted out was because he wouldn't stop the investigation into Gaetz, according to Kevin McCarthy himself. So yeah, kind of a crazy. I figured I'd bring that one up just because that one was a bit different to me to see that would be his attorney general pick. Some of the others aren't so surprising to me, but that one definitely threw me for a loop. Alright, enough with politics. Let's move on to global security developments. Cybersecurity is front and center, with the U.S. unveiling strict data privacy rules amid at preventing data from reaching countries of concern. Meanwhile, Mexico reports it has faced over 31 billion cyber threats in the last year, according to half of all cyber attacks accounting for half of all cyber attacks in Latin America. Sorry, I got ahead of myself there. The New Mexican administration plans to establish a Security and AI Center to combat the rise in cybercrime. And when I say the new Mexican administration, I'm talking about the country Mexico, not the state, the new presidential administration there. That's wild. 31 billion cyber attacks for just Mexico? Like, just imagine if we didn't have the security that we have now. Like, how many we already have with the good security, how bad it could be. Wow. Alright, so let's get to the economics and market trends and updates there. On the economic front, Wall Street continues to see mixed results as inflation and potential policy changes impacts investor sentiments. In tech, commercial cyber insurance rates have fallen, signaling a shift in the industry's response to cyber threats. These changes reflect the global trend of reducing cost and amid evolving cybersecurity risks. So basically, we're getting a little safer with the programmings we've got, and they're not costing as much. I like that. Hopefully, we're ahead of all the criminals out there because they seem to be one step ahead every time. So let's move on to the international scene. Let's talk some sanctions. Tensions continue to rise between the West and Russia, with the UK issuing sanctions against members of a Russian cybercrime group alleged to conduct operations against NATO allies. This adds to the ongoing political strain, and Western nations reinforce cybersecurity defense and economic sanctions. Yeah, it is definitely some scary time. Like, even in the just everywhere, it's just cybersecurity seems to be the number one issue. Um, Cash App is currently, I don't know how many of you guys have experienced, I haven't, but I know a couple people personally, like, where their Cash App comes up as, like, TikTok, Google business or something like that, and it pegs them for $1, and then instantly pegs them for $1 again. And if it gets those $2 successfully, all of a sudden it's $100, $200, $300. So, yeah, cyber crime is definitely up there. I think this is probably the worst I've seen it in quite a few years that I can remember. It's the first that I know it's actually affecting people that I know. Kind of like climate and the environment. The UN Climate Summit in the UAE has highlighted urgent concerns about climate policy. Delegates are pressing for more aggressive action from major nations to address emissions and environmental protections. Rising temperatures and extreme weather have intensified these demands, with experts noting that time is running out to implement effective solutions. So, this year was the warmest. I live in northern Michigan, so it's pretty. I can see the effects of climate change from when I first moved here to now, and this was definitely one of the warmest years I remember. And the EU is saying that we're going to be coming up on a record high temperature in 2025 as well. And the scary part is under what's going on here in our current political situation, what is the future of environmental protections in our country? I guess time will tell. Hopefully, we figure this out and stay on track before it gets to the point we are screwed. All right, and final tonight, we're going to talk about public health. Recent studies revealed that health and memory functions may be influenced not only by neural factors but also by environmental and lifestyle factors, sparking further research into holistic approaches to health. Additionally, respiratory illnesses are on the rise in parts of Asia, raising alarms in public health crisis. So, this comprehensive roundup should keep you up to date on top events as they unfold on November 13th, 2024. those are the 6 things that I thought were important to talk to you guys about tonight. I also wanted to make this just something more than just politics. I mean, if you want to hear politics 24/7, you can turn on the TV. There's plenty of other shows out there that do that. I just want to be that guy that just brings you the straight current. This is what's going on today. Make up your mind. Here's a little bit of the politics. Here's the facts. But let's talk about other stuff. I appreciate you guys for reviewing this channel. If you could, give me a like, a share, and a comment down below. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hopefully, as this goes on, I can get better and better for you guys, and we can make this actually into a real network. All right, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. You guys have a good night. Take care.